host on satellite there, meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner in the WRAL Severe Weather Center, walking us through what to expect.
Yeah, right now we're looking at warm, humid conditions. You know, the tropical system came through last week and brought us all that rain. Just kind of left this tropical moisture in place. So we're seeing that for the next few days. Our storm chances start to climb as we get into tonight and tomorrow as a cold front comes through. And then at the end of the week, we'll likely see some impact from this tropical system. It is potential tropical cyclone number 9 now. And you remember the one that brought us all that rain last week was number 8, and it's just going to be number 8. And this one is likely to get a name. It's likely to be a Category 2 storm by the time we get to Thursday morning. It may make landfall here on the coast of Florida as a Cat 2 storm. And then moving inland, potentially right around the mountains of North Carolina. That's going to be Friday at 5 a.m. Still could have tropical storm force winds at that point. And then it's likely to take a left turn, but it will likely be close enough to our part of North Carolina that we are going to see some rain out of this. It may be a very sharp difference, though, between where the heavy rain is and where it isn't. And so it may be a bit tricky to determine exactly how much rain we'll see depending on what the track is. So this is a look at the rainfall. I'm going to throw the track on here again so you can see. Well, I thought I was going to. Let's back it up because I want to take another look at that rainfall. So here it is. You can see the oranges in the mountains. That's going to be 5 to 8 inches of rainfall. But we're looking at blues here, and that's going to be about an inch of rainfall for our area. So you could see if the storm actually bobbles a little bit farther to the east, we could be in some significant amounts of rainfall. And the farther it goes, we could end up with maybe 1/4 of an inch if it continues out west. So we're going to be just right on that line of really seeing a lot of rain or not. So stay tuned. We check out Zebulon this morning. We're looking at cloudy skies here right now, 76 with a dew point of 66. So it's a nice, fairly quiet morning. We have the potential for a few isolated showers. A little of that starting to pop up just back to our north and west right now. Models aren't really picking up on any of that moving in here until much later today. We'll see variably cloudy skies. That's 5 o'clock, looking dry. But once we get towards, say, 10 or 11 o'clock, we may see a few showers and storms rolling in. Tomorrow's definitely going to be a wetter day. We do have a chance of some severe storms just to the west side of our viewing area. It's a 60% chance Tuesday and Wednesday and a 70% chance on Friday. No matter how much we get, doesn't mean that we're getting a lot of rain, but a 70% chance that we're going to get something out of that potential tropical cyclone, which is likely to be named. So right now we are on track to have the wettest year on record at RDU since 1949. 45.42 inches of rain, and previously it was 1996. That's second on the list, and that's when Hurricane Fran came through. So it's been very wet, and we may add some to it, of course, as we get into the end of the week. 9 inches in July, almost 9 in August, and about 8 3/4 in September. That is a lot of rain in 3 months' time. 81 in Raleigh this afternoon, 79 in Durham, and 85 in Fayetteville. We're going to see our humidity continuing to climb and just staying up there in the tropical zone all the way through Friday and probably Saturday too. Over the weekend, boy, we're going to be watching it very closely. We have the Bluegrass Festival and, of course, Benson Mule Days. We're proud sponsors of both of those events, and it looks like we'll have some rain at least Friday, if not Saturday too. We'll take a closer look at that coming up.
We got a system rolling its way on in here, maybe tonight in the overnight hours as well. Elizabeth Gardner in the WRAL Severe Weather Center with what we're watching.
And watch for this tropical system, which is likely to become Helene and may actually be a major hurricane before it makes landfall in Florida. So this is something you're going to hear a lot about over the next few days. Possible landfall in Florida, more likely landfall in Florida. And for us, it would be maybe a Friday and Saturday impact. Could be as early as Thursday. Just going to depend on exactly where the system ends up. It is here just starting to get its act together. It doesn't have a closed circulation, so it is a potential tropical cyclone. We remember that. We remember potential tropical cyclone 8, which of course caused some incredible flooding along parts of our coast, including Carolina Beach, and we saw rain here too. This system is moving north at 6 miles per hour with winds at 30, and so that of course will continue to increase in speed and forward motion too. We'll take a look here. It is likely to become a tropical depression later on this evening and a Category 1 storm by Wednesday. Category 2 likely by Thursday, possibly up to Category 3 before it makes landfall somewhere here along the coast of Florida, that west coast, sort of the Big Bend area. The fan is fairly wide now because, of course, the storm hasn't completely formed yet. It's possible that it would be somewhere between Georgia, South Carolina, and western North Carolina on by 8 a.m. on Friday, and then it's likely to begin to pull a little bit farther to the west. So right now, we're going to anticipate the mountains of North Carolina to be the ones that see the heavy rain out of this. Here's what's happening. We're going to have an upper level low that's back to the west. And as the storm moves northward, it's likely to get wrapped up in that low. The other option is it gets a little closer to the high and it gets trapped in the high and pulls farther eastward across North Carolina. That's looking less and less likely. Take a look at our computer model. We'll pause it right here. This is Thursday at 11 a.m. We'll likely be fairly dry, at least to start the day on Thursday, and then we'll watch the center of circulation get wrapped up in this upper level low, but definitely bringing us some rain on Friday and some windy conditions as well. As a matter of fact, in the location where we'll be, there's certainly the possibility even of some isolated tornadoes with the system. But take a look at the model plots. We'll roll those out and look at how wide this is, all the way from, say, Nashville, Tennessee to around Hickory or Statesville, North Carolina is where the models show the center of circulation. So, that's, in terms of a forecast for a tropical system this far out and the system hasn't even formed yet, it's fairly tightly packed together. But it's going to make a big difference for us where the center of circulation is. If it goes farther west, we're looking at 4 to 7 inches of rain in the mountains. We could see anywhere from 1/4 to 2 inches across our viewing area. Of course, if it wobbles farther west, we could be looking at less than an inch. If it wobbles farther east, we could be looking at 3 or 4 inches of rain. So we'll watch it closely. Watching a cold front back to our west, it is likely to bring us the potential for a few scattered showers overnight tonight and a much better chance for rain tomorrow. Tomorrow's a 60% chance, as well as Wednesday. And then, of course, a lot of big events happening for us this weekend. Bluegrass Festival and the Benson Mule Days Festival. We're watching the path of that tropical system closely.